let's move into the KUAM News Zoom room where we're juggling a little bit. Jay, we're going to actually get Peggy on real quick because, well, she's Peggy and ladies first. Good morning, Peggy Denney of iRecycle.
Unmute.
Unmute. Yep.
There she is.
Hi, Peggy. I'm good on my end. I pressed all the right buttons this time.
No, she is talking.
Peggy, can you talk? Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Try to pull out the headphone.
Peggy, try pulling out the headphones.
Yeah, and Peggy, try just take it out.
Try just unplugging the headphones
from the phone entirely, if you can.
Oh, I hear something.
Can you hear me?
There.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, awesome.
Right on. Peggy,
Yes.
so, good morning.
Good morning.
Let's just get right into it because I know you guys are so busy, very busy, so the busiest. But so there was an interview we did with Larry Gast, and he was talking about like the state of recyclables and how China, and this is something we have talked about before, but how it's just not lucrative to recycle, and so we're sitting on a bunch of recyclables that have been collected. I'm presuming a lot of them have been collected by you and your people, mostly you, because I see you out separating trash all the time, right? So let's just start there. Go ahead.
But Chris, I'm focusing on aluminum.
Okay.
And aluminum is still, I mean, next to copper and brass, aluminum is probably our most valuable recyclable.
Right.
And so for the iRecycle program, we're in the process of filling our 21st shipping container, and we ship it to the West Coast via Matson, one of our partners. Yeah. And so we're still working very aggressively.
Nice.
Plastics haven't been something that iRecycle has focused on as far as raising money for the schools. That was just something that I added to the recyclables for events. So we would do aluminum cans and plastics 1 and 2 and metal cans and food waste and cardboard and all that, trying to divert as much waste from the events as possible.
Right.
But iRecycle focuses on aluminum beverage cans.
Nice. So that's great.
Yeah.
So that's why you're still so busy.
Yes. And also I started writing a weekly column for the PDN about 6 weeks ago, and it has generated somewhere between 30 and 40 emails and phone calls and WhatsApp messages, primarily from people who have bags of cans that they need help with getting to schools. So I've probably picked up close to 150 bags of cans and taken them to schools from Santa Rita to Jigo, and it's been awesome.
Wow.
So I'm really thrilled with that.
So, I mean, I know you're good with the aluminum cans, but on the plastics and the issue that Larry was kind of talking about, what do you think is the way forward on that if we're not able to ship these off and make money off of them?
Well, I mean, we have a few options. First of all, I think I want to encourage people to reduce their generation of single-use plastics. Okay? I mean, gosh, we have some plastic bottles and straws and plastic packaging that is maybe used for a few seconds or a few minutes and now has to end up in the landfill. So aggressively striving to reduce that can make a huge difference. We also have the Micronesia Climate Change Alliance group, which is recycling plastics 2 and 5. So we can take plastics to them. They're in Harmon, right in the same building as Micronesia Renewable Energy. They have purchased machines from preciousplastic.com that shred, extrude, inject, and compress plastics. And so they're making some pretty cool things from that. Bob Perrin at Mr. Rubbishman Guahan Waste Control, they've brought in a gentleman by the name of Dave Lohr, who has decades of experience with plastics, to see what our options are as far as diverting plastics from the landfill and making things out of them. And then there's also going to be part of the Guam Green Growth program or plan is to set up a maker space so that individuals can make things out of plastics. So that's another option. Wow. So I think it's really a matter of trying to generate less and then do more with what we can.
Well, what about waste to energy incineration, Peggy? You know, Larry was kind of saying that, hey, we're sitting on these mountains of plastic and I don't want them going in the landfill, so why don't we like zap them with waste to energy?
Well, I don't quite agree with that, but I think it's going to require a tremendous amount of research. And I mean, granted, there are places like Japan where they have a huge population, a dense population. They have shortage of land. They have the wherewithal to implement and strictly enforce regulations regarding separation. And then they have the incineration, which for them, I think is appropriate. I'm not there yet for Guam. So that's where I stand right now.
Do you feel like what is your opposition to it? Is you just feel like our ecosystem is too fragile to introduce something like that, or you're just not done with all the research?
Yeah, I mean, I really think that we have to do our utmost worldwide to protect the environment, and I'm not convinced that incineration is a good way to go.
Well, there you go. Okay, so
but that's my opinion.
Oh yeah, that's fine. We just wanted to get you on to kind of get our finger on the pulse of recyclables on Guam, and so I know you're really busy. I feel like you've pretty much covered all the bases. Anything in closing?
Just give people my number, 483-9415. If they have bags of cans and they need assistance with them, then please call me, because I'm happy to pick them up and take them to any school or a school of their choice. Right. And also one more thing, you still can put metal cans in the curbside recycling. That kind of got overlooked in the article in the newspaper, and we should recycle all that scrap metal as much as we possibly can. There's no need for that to be going into the landfill.
Right on, Peggy. When you talk about collecting cans, you take me back, because me and my cousins, we used to collect cans, and we used to put them in my Uncle Raymond's truck and take them up here to Island. Where's it? It was right by
Island Equipment?
It was right by where that Jeep crashed into Jerry Kitchen.
Island Equipment?
Yeah, Island Equipment. Yeah. We would go from Melissa with 10, 15 bags of aluminum cans, take them up there, they would weigh it, and then me and my cousins would split all the money and, buy McDonald's or something stupid.
Hey, Peggy, hey, Peggy, this is Jason. I got one even better. My grandmother actually used to have my cousins and me. We would actually gather up the old soda bottles, the glass ones.
Yeah. We did that too.
And we would take those in, yeah.
So, people throw shade on our generation and say that, we're the reason why things are the way they are today. Not all of us. Not all of us.
Not all of us by any means. Also, one final thing.
Yeah.
Guahan Waste Control, Mr. Rubbishman, has purchased a glass pulverizer, and it is going to be up and running in about 30 days. And they will be pulverizing glass to be used as a partial substitute for limestone and base course for road construction.
Nice. And
also the fines, the sand for bedding glass, and bedding pipes, and there's lots of other uses. So that's an exciting development as well.
Anything that's called a pulverizer is an exciting development to me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Peggy.
That's right.
We'll see you. God
right,
bless
Chris,
you and your work.
Thanks so much.
All right, of course.
Have a wonderful day.
Stay busy, always. There you go. Peggy Denney, iRecycle.